What's up, y'all? It's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today we're going to look at how to do maximum DPS on heroic Siegecrafter Blackfuse. Now, I actually wasn't going to do this video, and the only reason I'm doing it is because pretty much the expansion patch is coming out pretty soon, and I want to make sure that I show you guys how to go 9.5 before 6.0, because it's very important. Now, the first thing you do here, obviously, is with every single other boss, I pretty much say this every single time, is you pop every fucking cooldown you have at the start, and you just do fucking all the damage that you can. And the main thing here, guys, that you really want to watch out for is mechanics. And the two mechanics that we're really going to look at how to avoid is to avoid the belt mechanic and to avoid the crawler mine mechanic, doing that correctly. And so the belt mechanic is the first one we're going to look at how not to do. Now, this is something that you have to go up on a belt and you have to kill a thing and you jump down. Well, all the travel time that you're going to and from the belt, that's damage that you're not doing, okay? And so you want to avoid, instead of avoiding, you're minimizing the time that you go over there and back and forth like heroic leaping, you just don't do it at all. And so, obviously, this is going to piss everybody off in your raid. And so what you want to do is you want to have pre-constructed excuses as to why you didn't do your job. Now, the best excuse that I have is to say that I'm lagging, okay? Because you don't really want to have anybody that's lagging on the belts because they'll die, right? And so if you say you're lagging, unless they kick you out of the raid, you're probably going to be home free. Now, the next one that we're looking at here is crawler mines. Now, crawler mines, these are pretty tricky, okay? And what you want to do with the crawler mines is you want to blaze storm them down. Now, the way that the crawler mines are actually supposed to work is that you're supposed to kind of stay away from them as melee and not hit them, or at least hit them with very far-reaching range attack, not jumping in there. Because if they do target you and they explode, they'll blow up the raid, right? Well, the fact of the matter is, guys, is that that's just the chance that your raid is going to have to take because you're in there, okay? Like, they should be knowing that. They should be planning for crawler mines to fucking explode if you're in the raid. Now, I only blow up a crawler mine, like, maybe once or twice every attempt, right? And so it's not really too many times, and at least it's enough, like rare enough for me to be able to cast Rallying Cry whenever I do blow one up. And so that usually kind of cancels out the damage because it's about 20% of your health if everybody has absorbs on there. And so you pretty much, if you do blow up a crawler mine, and it'll happen, don't even worry about it. Like, honestly, guys, just who gives a fuck, right? That's the healer's problem. It's really not yours. Your problem is to do damage, okay? Everything else doesn't really matter. Now, another thing that is kind of disappointing here is that you're probably never going to actually be #1 on the DPS meter, is because tanks have a damage buff, and so that's probably not going to happen unless you're a tank. And so, as you see, I was almost #1, but not quite. And so in here, this is during the magnetic crush phase, or whatever it is. What you want to do here is you sometimes do want to go berserker stance depending on how much damage you're doing and depending on how many like discipline priests and like absorbs that you have. And so as long as you're taking a pretty good amount of damage, going berserker stance at this point is actually kind of a good idea. But if you're not really doing a lot of it, or you're not really taking a lot of damage, don't even really worry about it. Other than that, those little ads there, the shredders, you don't really want to attack those because they don't take a lot of damage unless you're a tank. And so, again, pretty much just focus on the boss here and AoEing down the crawler mines. Now, this should go without saying, but you want Glyph of Whirlwind, and you obviously want to blade storm the crawler mines. So these overcharged crawler mines, they move really fast. It doesn't really matter for you. Like, if you can figure out, like right now, I could blow up my raid like 3 different times. But am I worried about that? No, I'm not worried at all because I'm doing big dick DPS. Look at me. I'm like catching up with the tank. And on Siegecrafter, that's pretty fucking good, right? And so anyway, as you can see, I'm pretty much killing all of them. And I think I only blew up 1 in this raid. And so I only blew the raid up once. And so obviously I did pretty good, you know. And the other thing you really want to watch out for here is that, I said this before, but there's the fire. Actually, I didn't talk about the fire. Now, what you want to do is you want to stand in the fire, because the fire is going to give you a buff, okay? And that buff is called superheated. And that buff translates into rage whenever you go into berserker stance. Now, I didn't really spend a whole lot of time doing that because the fire wasn't really close enough to the boss. But if there is fire close to the boss, what you want to do is get about 3 stacks of superheated and then let it fall off, but put on a berserker stance while you have it on there. So obviously you're going to be doing a lot more damage. And if the healers have to heal you a little bit more, that's their problem. It's really not yours. As I said before, your job is to do as much damage as possible, and so that's what you're doing. And so if they're mad at you, you should be asking them why they're trying to stop you from doing your job, right? And so anyway, what you want to do now is pretty much for your second recklessness phase. What you want to do is you pretty much want to save that for crawler mines, or if you have both your trinkets up, whenever you're on the boss. And so other than that, you pretty much don't want to use recklessness. If you're in a pretty good guild, you'll probably only get 2 chances to use recklessness. or I guess like maybe 3, but it depends. And so anyway, you really won't have that many chances, but you pretty much want to use it whenever either, as I said, the crawler mines are out, or whenever you have potions or whatever. The reason I used it there is because I didn't really think that we would have another set of crawler mines, and we handled them differently in a certain way. And so anyway, like I came pretty close to being top, but not quite. And so anyway, don't beat yourself up about that. You can save that to beat yourself up about maybe a garage or something like that. And so save it for there. But anyway, that's pretty much really all it takes here. There are some other little things that you can do, but the main thing that you really want to watch out for is moving away from the crawler mines, because if you're too far away from them, then you can't actually AoE them down and blade storm them. And so again, don't worry if you blow up the raid. It's not really a big deal. They can always just do the fight again. And so anyway, just make sure you remember, they can wipe as many times as you want, but you only get one chance every week to parse. And so make sure it counts. And so guys, that's pretty much all I've got for Siegecrafter Blackfuse. Thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.